Hello and welcome to Kilobits. This is a developer interview with RobotLovesKitty, and this is Legend of Dungeon, which is this new little roguelike 2D 2.5 isometric. I don't even know how to describe it. It's fantastic anyway. And I'm here with the developers. Well, not with the developers, they're thousands of miles away. This is magic.
Yay.
Hey, this is Alix and Calvin, who are the team that made the game.
Hello.
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Excellent. Nothing like pirates.
R.
Yar.
Are indeed. In fact, there's a pirate in the bar. Unless, am I retarded? Is that pirate?
Is he a pirate? There's a pirate in the bar?
Sebastian van Hifte?
He's kind of like a magician.
Yeah, he's a mage. He's the artist.
Like
guy.
he could be a pirate that has lots of fireworks.
Maybe.
I gotta say, it's
Fireworks pirate.
Fireworks pirate.
it's a testament to his artistic design that it's clear that he is a mage and not a pirate.
He has to be a wizard.
Okay.
He has to be that particular wizard. So
Fantastic.
that's what we did.
Excellent. Are these all characters that you can encounter, or are these just random sprites at this point?
They're just the tavern
Credits.
credits.
Yeah.
Excellent.
At some point, we're gonna do an expansion where you can find other characters down in the dungeon,
All right.
and then kind of feed them back up to the tavern.
Right, and then you can become that class.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's sick.
And I think one of the classes is actually the bard. So you will at least encounter one of those characters down in the dungeon.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, you guys just got back from PAX, right?
Yes.
Man, how was that?
It was incredible.
Fantastic.
It was totally amazing.
Oh, sweet.
I actually had like pain in my face from smiling and being happy, which was
Oh man.
a new experience.
Being English, I've never been that happy in my whole life.
Oh no. Well, we kind of went to it thinking nobody would have heard of us, and we were just going to sit there in our little 10x10 booth playing our game all day, crying silently to ourselves. And that didn't happen at all. There was
almost
no
always
point.
a crowd around the game, which and people coming up being like, "Oh, we're fans. We've played this game," and it was just amazing.
We even got to autograph stuff. I felt like a rock star. It was fantastic.
Pretty cool.
That's insane. Not because I don't think that people should have played the game, but because that just sounds fantastic. What a massive boost.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, dude.
It felt incredible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
We had one of the proto men. I don't know if you know who the proto men.
Yeah, I know who the proto man are.
All right. He came by our booth and said, "Oh yeah, I've been following this game for a while," and that was the coolest thing.
It.
And then we played
like in full makeup.
Yes, it was awesome.
Oh, that's sick. Oh man, I sincerely wish that we could ever afford to go anywhere because it sounds like the most incredible time. Right, I'm actually down in the dungeon now. Does the dungeon have a name? Is this an exclusive? Can we find out?
It is the dungeon.
It's the dungeon.
Ah, that's ominous. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so right, let's get into some technical stuff. Like, how would you define Legend of Dungeon?
It is a roguelike beat 'em up.
That is exactly how I would define it.
That's the best way to say it.
Yeah. Oh man, fantastic. Did you have any frame of reference before you went into it? Like, what kind of games inspired this?
This was, Alix, as a kid.
Oh, you're going to tell my story.
I'm going to tell your
see
story
how it
for
is.
you.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'll just
You go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go
it's cool. No,
Okay.
it's too late. You have to go now.
So Alix played a lot of Rogue, like original classic Rogue.
Oh man, the game where you play as an @sign.
Exactly that.
Too good.
Okay, so she's got all that, and pretty much every time I make a game, she's like, "Hey, you gonna put in some Rogue elements?" So I've dumped like $1 billion into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the X-Men.
Oh right, yeah. No, I'm a huge fan of X-Men at least.
Yeah, like those are like a big childhood memory for me.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a smush between those two kind of things.
A smush, not a fusion, not.
Smush. Technical term.
It's a lovely smush. No, this is okay. Sweet. So, why combine those two? Like, they don't seem like they'd be two kinds of games that would really sort of overlap, but they do.
It was sort of an accident.
Right.
We had been we'd been actually working on an entirely different project until we got sidetracked with Legend of Dungeon.
Okay, what were you working on, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a secret.
Oh God. Okay, sorry.
No one can know.
You didn't know, it's okay. And that one was actually going to be in a similar perspective as like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that kind of side-scrolling with a little bit of the three-dimensional motion.
Yeah, I get you.
And
2.5D.
2.5D is not a real thing, but that's okay. But so that was what we started in, and when we discovered these awesome character sprites on Reddit, Calvin kind of just threw them into that.
All right.
And we were kind of like, oh, this is kind of neat, and then it just sort of evolved from there really quickly.
Yeah, it fell into the Rogue whole setup for Rogue just works really well with these fantasy characters. So
yeah,
that's what it.
Oh man, that's absolutely. Sorry, I'm playing the game and I've got the mining helmet and it's just
nice.
blowing me away because the game's so fucking pretty. And my laptop's held together entirely with pegs, so I don't know whether or not it would run it. So, like, yeah, my boss has brought over his PC. I was just wondering if you've, like, can anything run this? Or is it, like, a particularly difficult game to run?
We're still not certain what, like, the minimum specs are. I had it back in the, like, early development stages. I had it running on my EPC. Like, it's the,
right.
you know...
Like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like a gigahertz box there, and it went okay. You had to turn some settings down, and it went. I haven't tried it recently.
There's also currently there hasn't been any kind of optimization that we've done. We've just been like throwing things into the game basically.
Yeah.
So the game isn't even balanced yet.
We need to do a ton of optimization to get it to run on the Ouya and Android.
Oh man, you guys are supporting the Ouya.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
We won one in a contest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's badass.
Sitting right here. It's pretty cool.
Oh man, you've actually got one?
Oh yeah.
We won a dev console. It was during our whole Kickstarter thing.
Yeah.
It just happened to be coinciding with the same kind of time. And they gave away 10 on Twitter to the people who got the most tweets and the most attention for their game idea.
Yeah.
And so we tweeted our game idea, and I think we were like either the first or second most retweeted and commented game.
That kind of doesn't surprise me at this point. Like, it's really polished.
I don't know. I still
thanks.
feel surprised.
Oh man.
Seriously, I look at this game every day while I'm working on it, and I just throw my hands up in the air and go, yes! because I'm just amazed at how good it looks. Like, even I know I put it together, but wow, it came out really well.
That's got to be literally the greatest feeling.
Oh yeah.
Like, to have done something which isn't a complete failure. I have yet to know that joy.
Well, it took us 7 years, so...
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, not for this game, but, you know,
to get to here.
We've been trying to do, like, our indie game studio for a while now, and this is our best looking game. That's definitely...
That's probably a big part of it. We seduce people with our graphics.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, it's really charming looking. Probably should actually ask a question. It's an interview. I was just wondering, are there any plans? I mean, obviously the Ouya is a console, and if you're trying to make it work on Android, then phone releases and stuff could be possible. But do you think you'd ever port this to a console?
Well, actually, while we were at PAX, we got approached by
some important people.
Oh.
Yeah, by a few different consoles, and maybe, who knows? That's kind of our answer now.
Yeah. We'd like to. I mean, at its heart, it's a console game.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I've played it a few times now, and I can't play it on a keyboard and mouse. I have to use a controller.
No, that's the way I play it.
See, I like playing it on a keyboard, but that might just harken back to the Rogue days. I don't know.
That wouldn't surprise me. Like, I don't know which I played more, X-Men or, like, just every roguelike since. Oh, God. Sorry, there's mummies and snakes and lighting effects, and it's just completely mesmerizing. This is embarrassing.
It's okay. We can't talk and play the game at the same time, so...
You know, I'm just going to stand under this waterfall. I'm going to stand underneath this waterfall and give him a bit of a L'Oreal moment and just talk to you, if that's all right.
Okay.
A L'Oreal moment.
Okay.
All right.
So, right, what has been... I mean, obviously we've talked about sort of what inspired the game, and we've talked about sort of maybe the future with consoles and stuff. The thing that I've enjoyed most about this game is playing it in co-op. So have you got any plans to sort of do any sort of online stuff with it, or are you just going to have sort of the local?
That is probably our most asked question.
Oh.
Yeah. For this version of the game, for Legend of Dungeon, we're not going to be doing any networking.
At least not this year.
Yeah. So networking is the kind of thing that you need to build in from the ground up.
Yeah.
Like it'll basically, putting networking into Legend of Dungeon would require, if we wanted to do it right and not buggy, it would require a full rewrite of a game. So we're basically making a brand new game, and that's kind of what we want to do. We want to do a sequel.
Yeah, we might as well, since we have to rewrite it from the beginning.
Whoa! The game's not out yet. You can't say the word sequel to me.
Oh yeah, totally can.
We have we always have at least 7 other game ideas constantly.
Yeah,
so
we have plan. We try to keep a good amount of planning for the future. So it's not like we're working on it right now. It's just that, okay, so I guess everybody likes this. I guess we'll do another one of these. That's kind of.
Excellent.
Well, the idea is there was a lot of other things we wanted to be able to do with Legend of Dungeon, which, if you looked at our Kickstarter page, Everett, there were a whole bunch of other stretch goals, and really getting to the very top one would have been ideal, because that would have been everything we wanted to do with this concept.
So basically what we want to do now is build up a fan base around this game, and then present that fan base with the sequel, which will be the real game that we really, really want to make.
I understand. Sort of like the difference between Demons and Dark Souls.
I haven't
We've
played
been
those.
making video games for 7 years, and it restricts how much we can actually play them. And for 2 of those years, we were living in a treehouse, so...
Okay, that's a fantastic story that I definitely need to hear.
So,
all right. Maybe we should just start from the beginning.
Please do. That would be a logical place to start.
About 7 years ago, Calvin came up to me and he said, "Can I have a year off and make video games? I have this video game I want to make."
For my IT job where I fix computers.
Yes.
Right.
He was an IT guy. And I was like, okay, I can do that. I can support us financially while you make this game.
While I mess around on the computer and kind of just...
It always felt like you were just playing, but you actually worked harder than I did, so don't say that.
Okay.
I had some awesome jobs while you were doing it anyway.
That's true.
But so for a year, the idea was he was going to start making... In a year, he planned to make an MMO by himself.
Yeah.
Of course, we'd never had any experience making video games before we started this. We've never been in the industry before. We have no idea what we're doing.
Right.
A year sounded totally possible.
For an MMO. Gotcha.
I'm pretty awesome. I'm pretty amazing, so I felt like I could...
and to be fair, it did end up happening. It just didn't take 1 year, it took 5.
What game was that? Sorry, I should have done research. Not gonna lie.
Okay, so I made a game. I started working on a game called Never Daunt.
Never Dawn. Hang on, you're behind
Yes.
Never Dawn 8-bit.
Yes.
Oh, you know it.
What is wrong with me? Oh my God, I played Never Dawn back when it was empty.
Oh, seriously? Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome to hear. So that is I'm Aeon. I don't know if you ever met me in game. I'm the god Aeon.
You probably banned me at least once.
If you were banned, it was definitely by him.
Yeah, we're one of our
Fantastic. Oh.
That was our first game.
Yeah, and
Really?
Yeah.
Because that thing, I thought it was made by like a team of Koreans.
It's pretty much just me, actually. So.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, now I'm starstruck, which is embarrassing, and also kind of irritated because I was banned for no reason.
Well, you have to realize suddenly we had an MMO when it was finally working.
Yeah.
With people in it, and we were still trying to develop the game, and there was just 2 of us. So we had to handle all of the people and the game and everything, and it was very overwhelming. We had no way of being prepared for what we were doing. It was sadly a huge mistake.
Wow,
we should have waited longer and finished more of the game first.
Yeah. No, I
We
can see that.
basically we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah,
And,
we learned a lot from that.
I
Definitely.
love that game.
We're gonna make it again
We're
eventually.
gonna rewrite it from scratch.
Oh man, when you do that, please tell me.
Yeah, okay.
Oh shit.
Alright,
Sorry, it's crazy.
it's honestly the fact that you've heard of the game before is very exciting to us.
Oh yeah,
Like,
totally.
Are you kidding me? I tried to get all of my friends to play it. Now I'm implying that I have friends, which is clearly a lie. just playing a roguelike on my own, crying.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I think we all have at some point. So back to the treehouse.
Oh, right. So 5 years go by. We've sort of released Legend of Dungeon and
No. Never Dawn.
No, wow.
Yep.
It's been a long time, and for the last
So-
week I've said the words Legend of Dungeon like
Oh, yeah.
5,000
Oh,
times.
God.
Yeah.
So we released our first game sort of into its open beta state, and then
And we're kind of like just floating, like people. So Never Dawn was a free to play, but you could also buy hats and other cosmetic cool items in the game.
Yeah.
without
and-
unbalancing anything because we're awesome.
Right. So, but that was just kind of floating the server costs. Like
Yeah.
we weren't really making too much
We
money.
weren't making
off of
any
that.
money off of it. No.
And
so I was still working the whole time.
Yeah.
5 years of just me working. I was getting kind of tired of it.
Yeah. Understandable.
I wanted to help make the games more, or at least do my own thing a little more. I wanted my vacation time, so to speak. And so, at about the 6-year mark, we
started trying to make plans to
we
keep
tried to
making
figure out-
games,
yeah.
but work on our very limited budget.
Right.
Right. So we decided the best thing to do is to sell our house and live in the woods.
So I had a very good friend who makes giant robots in the woods.
Dude, the adventure builder guy.
Yes, indeed.
Jamie.
What is wrong with you people? Why do fantastic people know each other?
Well, I was talking to him for a while, and he's just a cool guy. And I thought, hey, I feel like a pretty cool guy now, so I probably can talk to this cool guy. And I did, and we have a lot in common, except that he's building giant robots and I'm building crazy video games.
Yeah, that spider thing he made was just crazy.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally awesome. It's even more impressive in person.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's like
man.
incredible. So anyway, so we went. He offered to let us come and build on his property and live
so we
there.
did.
Yeah, so we
We
did.
took our 2 cats with us, some of our stuff, and we carried it up the mountain.
Right.
And we spent a summer making this kind of treehouse-like thing
Right.
up on the top of the mountain.
Yep.
I call it the tree bag because it's waterproof with greenhouse plastic. It's not really a building.
It was
it's a bag.
special house
We don't
that
know what
we
we're
liked
doing.
a lot, but
Sort of, you lived in a tree shanty.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It
Excellent.
was probably one of the awesomest year of my whole life.
Yeah.
2 years, sort of.
Yes.
We
It
ran
was-
away in the winter because it was hard work and it was cold.
Yeah, I watched what's his name? Jamie, fill his igloo with, polystyrene. I felt pretty bad for him, but I can see my own breath while I'm inside my house, so didn't feel that bad.
Yeah, no. Jamie is toasty in his dome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
he's
is
good.
it is a. It was very warm in there. If you went to visit, it was too warm.
Yeah, he was running
woods-
around in just his shorts all the time.
In the middle of winter,
In the middle of
because his wood stove was pretty
Yeah, it
powerful.
was crazy. Of course, our place wasn't nearly as toasty.
Yeah.
We built our own little wood stove and everything. It
Actually,
was very
Jamie
fun.
helped with that because I broke my hand.
Yeah, that's right. Fell off a ladder in the woods.
Yeah, that sucked.
Jeez. Yeah, that was stupid.
Anyway,
Okay.
so we
Anyway.
just wanted to make video games,
Yeah, let's get back to that.
and so we did this crazy stuff to just try to keep our funds, our expenses down,
Yeah.
so that we could keep working.
We drastically minimized our
Because-
expenses so that we could make video games.
There's
And
nothing like it. There's nothing like building worlds for people, and I don't know. We figured at the point where we were starting to work on Legend of Dungeon, it was going to be kind of our last ditch attempt to keep doing this.
Right.
at least one of us was going to have to get a job if Legend of Dungeon hadn't met its Kickstarter goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Well,
So-
obviously it did, and it surpassed
Yes,
it.
and people
Yeah.
really like it, which is awesome because I absolutely need to keep making video games. I
Yeah.
don't think I can do anything else at this point.
I was going to say, like, going from fixing computers to creating, well, Neverdaunt and then this, that must be just so vindicating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wonderful, yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. I mean, what are you looking to... I mean, obviously you said that you want to sort of get this released and then make a sequel. I mean, how much longer do you reckon this is going to be? And what is it? It's still in alpha, right? Or is it in beta?
Yeah, because technically,
Almost beta.
Yeah.
technically,
Close.
beta means you're feature complete, and there's a bunch of stuff I still want to add.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're-
So,
The game is pretty much at its final state of polishing. You know,
yeah.
we're probably going to tweak it a tiny bit before we're finished, but it's as pretty as it's going to get. And we just need to add in a few things, like there's going to be NPCs that you might run into
Yeah.
in the dungeon that may do stuff, maybe.
We got
those are gonna be-
some more bosses to add, like tons of cool items.
More
to add.
items
Yeah.
and monsters, and then we're kind of waiting to balance the game, like all of the combat stuff, until all of the content is in, because balancing it over and over again is just going to be a headache. So we're just kind of attempting a slight balance when we add things in, but it's
we're gonna
not
finish
finished
it
at all.
off. So we don't. I'm not sure exactly how much longer it's gonna take.
Yeah.
I keep telling people like late spring, early summer for the main release, hopefully.
I
But
pretty much like get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, get to work, and then some point later I pass out. It's like that's all we're doing is working on the game. So
That's crazy. Well, working on the game, going to PAX,
yeah.
getting your nuts ridden by the Proto Men. God damn, I've got so much envy in my body right now. You've met all of the fantastic people who I admire, but live way too far away from.
Well, yeah, it's been a crazy ride.
Yeah.
So besides that, though, I've got Oculus Rift headset coming, like
the VR headset.
in a week or so.
Really?
So because I backed them on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Because it's like
'Cause-
childhood dream.
Yeah, to do VR
basically.
stuff. So
Oh yeah,
so-
absolutely. Going down sort of Dave and Buster's, playing on that giant thing they had was like the highlight of my childhood.
Yeah, okay, like a Dactyl Nightmare or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was like Doom, but
Oh, cool.
yeah, it was insane.
So that's I want to hurry up because
You want to make a small game in that at the
want to
very
do some
least.
VR stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That would be
So-
fantastic. Well, in this sort of same art style that you guys have used before, or
Well, every single game has actually had a completely different art style. If you look, like Neverdaunt 8-bit was all three-dimensional, and it's actually interesting if you could find Calvin's DeviantArt account,
Oh,
and you
geez.
can see his actual art.
That's
He's,
right.
He's pretty amazing, and it was very interesting how many people are like, "Oh gosh, these blocks is that because you can't do art?" And
right?
no, it's because we don't have 3 years just to dedicate to putting art in, and this style looks kind of cool. We thought.
That was literally my next question. Like, why have you chosen to go for this art style? And now I don't have to ask it. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So-
The art style of every single one of our games that we're even planning is completely different
Yeah.
from everything we've ever done before.
Well, now Alex is full time a part of RobotLovesKitty.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And I've dabbled in art for a long time as well.
yeah, so she's gonna be directing a lot of the like concept art and things like that for the games. Actual.
Are you guys like artists, or do you mostly code?
sure.
What's your background?
Oh, there you go.
So I did 3D art for a while, kind of as a hobby, and then I kind of, I make a spaceship, and then I'm like, but that's not what I want to do. I want to fly the spaceship.
Ah,
You know?
right.
And then that turned into writing. Well, I did code also on and off for various
like
things.
on a
but,
C64, like
yeah.
Oh,
hobbyist.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. C64 is like my dad's C64 is where a lot of this started from. And then you just kind of like mushed together until I was like, I really need to make games. Games is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had no background in the industry.
I've had
or
no
anything.
training. I've completely self-taught.
Never thought 8-bit was his education.
Oh, totally.
Really? Like I said, I thought it was a team of Koreans. Like that's the level that was at for me. Like I remember like when you were patching the game and it had that like amazing chip tune come in, I was like, holy shit, these Koreans are incredible. In fact, where did you get that music from? Because that was my ringtone for a while.
It
really?
changed
Wow.
from time to time.
Yeah.
There was a guy, Phantomek.
Yeah.
I'm probably pronouncing it. His,
Yeah.
He's
anyway,
yeah.
really cool chiptune artist. And then after a while, we switched it out to the music from one of the players who actually became a knight and everything.
Hello,
His name
Wizard.
Wizard. Wizard's music was just totally phenomenal as well. And we
Yeah.
actually, for our second game called Tiny Plumbers, he did the whole soundtrack to Tiny Plumbers too.
You did Tiny Plumbers as well.
Yes.
I never got to play that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah?
That
It's
has
not
a-
as
Like I've seen it on YouTube a lot because I'm unemployed and therefore watch videos all day.
Of course.
Yeah,
What
it's
else did you
it's not as good as Legend of Dungeon. I will
do? It's
say
not
that.
as shiny.
It's not as
That's
shiny.
for certain.
Right.
But it has some interesting roguelike elements to it, and the whole procedural generation really does go well. But it was.
Is procedural generation you again, Alex, with your can it have rogue elements?
Totally,
Yeah.
she's like, hey, put this in here, and it works really well for a lot of games. So
The issue I think that we mainly ran into with Tiny Plumbers is actually just that we were going for this level of humor that most people didn't quite connect with, because we had like this kind of a very sort of Mario-esque world, and everything that you're playing was very much Mario, but we had all these weird different power-ups and things like that, and like you could get a power-up that turns you into basically Mega Man or
Yeah,
Sonic.
I was going to say that was the thing that sort of drew me to that project. Man, we've
And
done...
the other interesting.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No,
Go
sorry. I
ahead.
was just going to say we've talked shockingly little about Legend of Dungeon, and it's just literally all been me finding out that I secretly love RobotLovesKitty, which is something I didn't know going into this interview, which is a great feeling.
Well, that's wonderful to have you experience like with us right here. It's really crazy.
That is crazy. I thought that I was just going to talk to like a couple of people who made an indie game I like, and it turns out you're a couple of people that made tons of indie games I like.
So
Yeah.
with one of the things that we learned from Tiny Plumbers is how to handle feature creep. So Tiny Plumbers has like an editor. It has online networking.
You can collect princesses and sell them in a shop that we made.
Took forever to make.
Yeah.
Even though it was this tiny little game, and that's one thing we didn't want to have happen with Legend of Dungeon.
You just sort of you had one vision and you wanted to go for it.
Right, and we keep it tiny.
Try not to.
And good.
Yeah, well, you've managed, which is it's such a gratifying thing to say to anybody, because I love games and I've dedicated my whole existence to loving games, and to actually find people that also seem to love games is really nice. So I'm supposed to wrap this right about now. So, is there anything else you'd like to add before I bring the video to a halt?
Everything is available and findoutable via RobotLovesKitty.com.
If you want to play Legend of Dungeon, the thing to click on is the little dwarf holding beer.
Yep, and it's currently available for purchase.
And you want to upload us on Greenlight because we love Greenlight and stuff.
Man,
Yes.
I love Greenlight. Like, so many cool things on there.
Mhm.
Ah, Jesus, I love talking to Americans. I don't know what it is. Every time I do, it just brightens my day.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really.
Are you kidding me? We're nobodies, and you defined 2 years of my life.
Every time we hear that somebody knows what one of our games are, it makes our day. So
Yeah.
so hearing you say, "Oh, Never Dawn, I know what that is,"
Yeah,
it's like,
like-
yes.
Yeah, it's like a heart-touching moment. It's like the screen kind of blurs a bit, and they're slowly running through the field. That's happening.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. When my screen goes blurry, it's mostly because I've eaten too much. Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm gonna be just telling everyone to hurry up and play Legend of Dungeon.
Yay!
Okay, so thanks very much, and thank you for watching. I've been Toby from the Kilobits, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We also have Facebook, facebook.com/thekilobits, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @thekilobits. See you later.